Hi everyone and welcome back to another Bork No Game video. Today's video is dedicated to the devs addressing the global schedule. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. One of the first things being here on Twitter, they posted all this informational bits, specifically dev blog extra mess hall chatter. So when it comes to this is going to be some information. I'm going to paraphrase a little so it sounds a little bit better. This is going to be an informal thing, all right? We'd like to talk a little less formally to all active commandants about our future goals for punishing Grey Raven and our plans to make it the best game it can be together. So the devs are openly saying, hey, we need to talk to y'all so y'all know what's going to be happening about the R&D pool and probabilities. Some commandants were worried that we'll change the guaranteed probabilities on new character launch schedules to boost probability. Rest assured, that's not our plan, and we're confirming that the R&D pool probabilities on new characters will be based on our original CN servers, guaranteed stuff, all that stuff. What's going down is none of the rates will change, but just note that they're going to be scheduling things a little bit different due to launching much later. Some changes to the update schedule are unavoidable for the global servers. There may be some schedule tweaks needed for all characters to receive their time and probability booster limelight across arrival and fate arrival pools. So the way that you can sort of read where they're saying like, hey, there's going to be characters popping up on the banners not originally on the schedule is, for example, Karenina is popping up right now. All right, so instead of S. Lee, we actually have a new banner that's on Radeup. What does that mean? I feel like they're essentially going to take all of the S characters that we have currently within the game and they're going to provide them a rate up. Now when it comes to this, should you pull on any of these? Honestly, no. You should probably wait until alpha releases. We don't know when alpha releases. Some people are speculating like 3 weeks, a month. I don't know. If they're going to be releasing every single S class that we have right now, they've released, S. Lee, S. Karenina. If we get S. Nanami and then S. Liv and then S. Kamui, something like that, I don't know the actual order, then maybe we'll get alpha after a month. But honestly, who knows, because they can do whatever they want. All that you need to know is that they're going to be changing up the schedule, but they're not going to be changing the rates. And most of all, they don't want to boost their own profitability, all right? But the biggest thing that I want us to take into account for this is that things are going to be different for global, all right? That's the first thing that you should get from this message. And overall, they want to keep it as friendly as possible for everyone. So to me, this is a good sign, them just being transparent that things are going to be changing as far as banners goes. About our content updates and schedule, let's cut to the chase, answering the question that you want to pretty much ask. As with our character pools, there may be some differences in the release schedule, which they pretty much just talked about, based on the current developer workloads, needs of players, and the time required to localize especially content-rich events. Seasonal events, content such as Christmas and Halloween may be rescheduled to better correspond with the actual calendar event. All right, they don't want Christmas happening in the middle of summer, and I'm gonna give us 5 seconds. There's gonna be a spoiler on the Christmas stuff. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You've been warned. Let's go ahead and look at this. Thank you to RenderMax for posting this information, and this is going to be what the Christmas event is sort of going to be looking like. I'm not sure. I think this is Liv, just because Liv's the only one with white hair. There's gonna be a skin like a sword. I think that goes to Kamui or Camu, whoever it is. But at the end of the day, just note that things are going to be changing. All right, this Christmas event, it's most likely going to be occurring during the end of December because they want to match it so that the regions or the calendar events actually make sense. So we might be, well, I think they almost sort of confirmed it in some ways that Halloween is going to be a thing as well. I don't want to look up like how Halloween looks. I've already spoiled myself enough with like the Christmas stuff. But honestly, when it comes down to this, it looks really nice that they want to make sure that everything is going to be corresponding appropriately. Does this mean that we're going to be getting rushed events? To me, probably, because I don't think Christmas was supposed to happen within, the next couple of months. But who knows? As long as like the banners stay in a relatively free-to-play area, and as long as we get the appropriate compensation to pull on banners when new characters appear for certain events, that's all I really care about. All right, give us black cards so that when you do drop an event, it gives some people incentives to continue to play the game, to continue to do polls, whatever it may be. Because at the end of the day, it's really hard to keep up with a different schedule if we don't have the appropriate means. So that's my only hope, and they have been doing that because, if you jump into like the Twitter Twitters, you can see when they did a maintenance, they provided some compensation with black cards 450 and then a serum bundle. They didn't have to do that. That's essentially almost 2 like singles right there, but they did it anyways. And let's go ahead and talk about some region stuff. All right, about localized content, there may be noticeable differences between regions as some content is tailored to each region. As such, some may be added, removed, or swapped out as appropriate. That's the biggest thing, right? Don't worry though, we won't be trying to pass off any rice balls as jelly donuts, because you know how like some games you'll be like going into it and you'll be like, oh, I'm gonna go into my items and look at stuff, and next thing you know is like, oh, why is this like material, why is this snow globe called something else that's not like culturally appropriate or whatever. The thing is, what they're trying to say is that they're gonna try and make it feel like as if this was made for a global game, which is really nice. I like that, because there's been so many times when rice balls have been passed off as jelly donuts, and they're not going to be doing that. We want to give players in each region a fresh experience, as you can roughly see, and you can see roughly what to expect by comparing what regional goodies are available on JP and TW servers. So the thing that makes me wonder the most about all this stuff about like, you know, region changes is, will global be actually getting like this Chinese New Year event? Will we be getting, you know, the Moon Festival that JP got? It's just like those little things that I'm kind of curious about, because as a global community, I feel like everyone sort of celebrates, not formally, but we celebrate in game all of these different events. Like, will there be a Valentine's event? Because that's usually a big deal for, you know, more Eastern countries, not so much in the West. But I would love to see Chinese New Year's. We do somewhat celebrate it in my family. And then I also want to see the Moon Festival, because that's just always a good time. I like having a moon cake and all that stuff. Maybe I'm not saying like the most culturally appropriate things, but at the end of the day, I just want more events for global, so long as it's paced appropriately and everyone can pull on the banners appropriately, right? So the more events that we have, the harder the dev team is working to bring everything over, the better. And there's going to be some other news that they pretty much address with this. They're talking about the Chinese language options within the game. What's really funny is they're like, yeah, it's super easy for us to add like any Chinese text back over to global. They can do like the Chinese dub option and all that stuff, perhaps even before Christmas, which is actually really cool. What's funny though is like they're saying that they need to push their engineers in order to get it before Christmas. But all things aside, it seems like they're ready to put a lot of work in to make this global experience feel different. To me, my first thing is please make the global experience feel different in a positive way. And with this information, to me, it feels like they want to do everything that they can to make it so that the global experience is set in a positive way. This is a step in the right direction. I hope that they keep communicating on Twitter. A lot of publishers and devs are really slow to communicate. They even gave us like this 800,000 download thing where we got like the weapon research tickets. In case you're wondering where that is, if you jump into main, you go into R&D and you go to research, and then you go here, weapon research. This is the banner that you can pull on. No, it's not going to be the same thing as this one. I only have a couple based off of like the game and stuff. But at the end of the day, we're getting free stuff. They're moving towards positive directions. They want to make the game a better place. And personally speaking, I hope that they continue to just communicate, because if we're left in the dark and people lose trust, that's where I get a little bit worried. But personally speaking, Punching Gray Raven gameplay wise is amazing. There is no other gacha game that makes me feel like I'm being as challenged as this one, as weird as that sounds. Also, huge happy birthday to our best boy Lee. There's lots of best boys here, but Lee's story is pretty saddening. Hopefully we can all read it once we get there, but huge kudos to him for his birthday, and probably his VA's birthday as well, voice actor. But with that all being said, I hope you guys sort of understood that the devs are going to be changing things up as far as like the game is going. And another thing, if you want to get like these sort of ability to increase your affection for characters, just go ahead and jump back, go into your items. If you're doing like the dormitory events, you're gonna get like these little precious gift boxes. Just go ahead and click max, hit use, and that's how you're going to be getting like these random gifts. In case you're wondering, how do you increase your affection on some characters? Because, you know, I want my waifus to be happy waifus, better stuff for me. I just like it personally. It's all vanity at the end of the day, but you get to unlock like more info, more secrets about them, and all sorts of stuff. So I get to read this about Bianca Zero. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about how you feel about the PGR schedule, you know, like how they're addressing like the region differences and all that stuff. stuff. And also we're going to be doing the giveaways this Saturday for the apology giveaway video. All right, so I posted it here in the comments and I pinned it 7/23 this Saturday. Tomorrow essentially we'll be doing, wait, here we go, 24, because today's the 23rd, my bad. Okay, but anyways, that is going to be occurring, the apology giveaways. But if you made it this far in today's video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Once we hit 25,000 subs, we'll be doing a giveaway, most likely on a pre-con video. Thanks so much for watching this video today. Hopefully you have a fantastic day. Wish you all the best. Hopefully you can get your affection up on all your different characters. Thanks. See you in the next one.